How would you like to be able to use your musical talent to bring people together? All different races, walks of... Whoops. Introducing the Luck Bard, a powerful support class that also comes with a lot of really cool, interesting, and just, well, stupid and funny moments like this.
I won't ask again.
Oh, there's no way he's coming back from that one. This man is shook. See, you can literally use your words to save a companion from certain death. Ah, she seems excited. Now, the Luck Bard is not a damage dealer. This character is a support and control class character. You're basically going to be able to control the flow and tempo of battle by shutting down different skills or enhancing your companion skills. Let's say, for instance, the enemy rolled a good roll and Shadowheart's attack's going to be shut down. Well, guess what?
You fucking didn't.
Oh, what's that? You want to use Mind Link on me, and I need a 15, but I only got a 5? Well...
You fucking didn't.
Oh no, they're about to use Psychic Rend on Shadowheart. Okay, you get the point. So the things that make the class really versatile are the lore subclass for Bard, allows you to gain magical secrets at level 6, and I'll go over that a little bit later on which magical secrets we're going to take. The Lucky Feat, which gives you a lot more options in terms of shutting down different attacks and boosting attacks of your companions. Now where this class really shines is outside of combat. There's a couple of abilities, for instance, Song of Rest will actually help you to rest up, give your warlocks their spells back, give you guys some healing if you can't short rest. Enhance ability basically gives you an advantage on any single dice check outside of combat, which is pretty insane. And you have a ton of different options to give you advantage in dialogue, including the Lucky Feat, which will actually help you if you want to use one of your luck points.
Bring me an egg.
An obvious huge advantage of being a Bard class, you have a ton of charisma. Every single one of your dialogue interactions is going to be super successful. That's the thing about Bard. You're not going to do a lot of damage in combat, but whenever it comes to outside of combat or in dialogue, that's where you're truly going to shine. It helps out a ton of situations and makes things a hell of a lot smoother.
What? Surrender an egg and I will not stand for it.
Relax, chick. We're not going to take the egg. All we're doing is swindling this old lady out of her entire life savings. But trust me, once we get the money, we're leaving and we're never coming back. Oh shit, I think she heard us.
Here's the money.
Now you're probably asking yourself, why the hell would you choose Lucky? It's definitely not the most optimal choice, but it gives you the option to shut down a lot of different interactions whenever you're in combat. And that's really what I was trying to do in this build, is trying to lean heavily into the kind of shutdown, control, support type character. And it adds an element of randomness to it, which actually keeps things fun and interesting. So mainly, you're going to be using concentration spells, like Fear, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, Vicious Mockery, Hold Person, and your character for the most part is going to be locked down doing that one concentration spell, but at the same time he has different options in order to enact Bardic Inspiration or basically just help your team in whatever way he can, while he also takes literally the boss out of the fight, puts him on the ground for 10 turns while he sits there and laughs his ass off. Now let's talk about how to build this class and where we have to start. At the very beginning, this is what your stats should look like. Just make sure Charisma and Wisdom are pretty high. I would put those as your assigned bonuses for the very beginning. Vicious Mockery and Blade Ward are going to be your cantrips. And then for our spells, we're looking at Healing Word, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, Charm Person, and Dissonant Whispers. Those are going to be all your beginning setup spells and cantrips. Are actually pretty useful. For our level 2 spell, we're going to choose Animal Friendship. Level 1, there's a lot of encounters with animals, and it's going to help us out a ton. Lore Bard is super good because you get cutting words early on, and it allows you to basically have a reaction that gives your enemies a penalty to every attack that they try to throw your way, or even an ability check that they have to roll for. It's pretty insane with how often you get usage out of this, and it really leans into this whole support slash controlling the tempo of battle character that we're building. And then for our spell, we're going to choose Hold Person. For my skills, just make sure Performance and Persuasion are your 2 highest bonuses. Anything else, you can choose whatever you want, really. I'm going to go with Sleight of Hand and Perception and Animal Handling. So next level, we're going to be able to get Enhanced Ability. It's going to help us out with any dialogue, dice checks. And then for our first feat, obviously, we're going to choose Lucky. And that's going to give us the luck bar that we so desire. It's going to give us some good versatility, like I said. Give us the ability to shut down different in combat aspects and give us advantage in dialogue. When we get to level 5, we're going to choose Fear. So this is the moment we've been waiting for. When we get to level 6, things get really spicy. This is where we actually start doing a lot more in terms of what our character can do to control the situation and to help our team and our party out. When we get to level 6, we have access to magical secrets, basically giving us access to every school of magic and cantrips in the entire game. You can choose every different type of spell you can think of, which is what makes this build so versatile, is that you can fill whatever role you need. There are healing spells, there are damage dealing spells, there are concentration spells. Here are the spells that I'm going to choose. Counterspell, super good. It's not always useful in the first act. Late second act, early third act is whenever this spell becomes super OP. Another really good spell is Hunger of Hadar. Every single creature that's inside of the area of effect is blinded. They're slowed. They take damage from both cold and acid every single turn that they're inside of it. It's, again, if we're using a character that controls the battlefield, there ain't no better spell to control the battlefield than Hunger of Hadar. It's bar none one of the best spells in the game. So that's what we're going with. We're going with Counterspell. We're going with Hunger of Hadar. So once we get to level 7, we're going to actually dip into the Warlock class. This is going to give us access. If we go to the subclass, the Fiend, make sure you're choosing the Fiend, because these two actually don't have access to Command, which is the spell that we're going to want. Command is super useful. And then the second spell we're going to use is Armor of Agathis. We're pretty squishy as a bard, so the more armor we can get, the better. Once we get to level 8, since we have Eldritch Blast now, we're going to choose Agonizing Blast, and we're going to choose Repellent Blast to increase our damage on our Eldritch Blast to give ourselves some damage that we can do. And since our Charisma is really high, we're going to be able to do quite a bit of damage, actually, with Eldritch Blast there. So, level 9, we're actually going to dip into Wizard for 2 reasons. We want Shield as a reaction spell, and we also want to be able to learn Haste from a scroll. So if you get into the Wizard class, you can learn Haste and use it to haste your teammates. Choose whatever you want. I'm going to give myself the most health and armor I could possibly get. So then whenever we get to level 10, we're going to go back to Bard and finish out Bard for the rest of our level ups. Once we get to level 7 of a Bard, we're going to be able to choose one of 3 spells. You could either go with Polymorph, which is super fun. Who wouldn't want to turn people into a sheep? It's just great. Won't stop you from choosing that. I'm going to choose Greater Invisibility because it helps out quite a bit. So basically choose the one that you didn't get previously. I'm going to do Freedom of Movement this time. And then for feat, I'm going to be boring and choose Ability Improvement. So once we finally get to our final level and we're a level 9 Bard, we're going to be able to grab Hold Monster, which can absolutely turn the tide of battle. You could literally use this on Raphael, hold him into place, and yeah, it's super broken. So that's all of our levels there. I really hope you guys try out this class. I found it to be insanely fun. I know there's a lot of things I can do to improve. It's not really something that's supposed to be min-maxed in a perfect class. I just thought it was really, really fun whenever I played through the very first time, and I just wanted to share this with you guys, and hopefully you can get some entertainment out of it too. If there's any suggestions you want to make for the class, because I know I'm by no means an expert, I would really appreciate you guys leaving the suggestions in the comment section below. I really appreciate you sticking it out to this far in the video, and I hope you have a good day.